Hey, you wanna say hi here?
Sure.
All right, we got a couple Crystal Ballroom folks here.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey, everybody.
Enjoy the show. Paul Simon.
What a great.
We're doing it this way. There we go. It was Chris, Keith, and
Jay.
Jay, I'm sorry, guys. It totally blew that.
Hi, everybody.
There you go. They were sitting right behind me. And what'd you guys think of the show?
It's great, man.
Number one highlight. We're going to get kicked out here. One thought from each of you. What'd you think about the show?
Paul Simon being here. That was awesome. It was awesome to see him walk out on stage. That was great.
That was amazing.
My first show of the tour, Bullet Blue Sky, was phenomenal for me. My God.
Bullet. Didn't you get chills from Edge's guitar? Right?
Every time.
It just rocked. Yeah. You've seen it a couple times?
Yeah, it's my sixth show. Yeah,
Sixth show. Wow, that's about where I'm at. So anyway, thanks, guys.
We're gonna hit the train. So
we'll see you
everybody.
in the Crystal Ballroom. All right. All right, guys. They're hustling us out. I got to find the other YouTube crew, and I don't know if we'll be able to do anything in here. They all kind of wanted to go back to the hotel and do something. And I don't know if I'll be able to find them here or not. I'm sure that they're trying to tweet me right now. And I'm not, I don't have my tweets turned on, so I'm not going to hear it. So I'm going to walk down to the main floor, and I'm going to keep talking to you. Okay, a couple things that were just amazing to me tonight. Can you hear me okay? Give me a 1 to 5. Can you hear me all right? I know there's a lot of noise around me right now. Okay. I'm going in a corridor right now, and we're walking down a stairway. These are the kind of things that kill Periscope signals. So hang with me here, and I better watch the stairs as well, eh? Good. I'm so glad that this mic works so you can hear me all right. Just hang with me while I get down these stairs safely. It's the whole glasses thing and getting older and all that. We're like going down a back staircase. I'm just following people, right? You just follow. It's really weird. It's like an emergency exit or something. Hang on. There was some amazing moments in the show tonight. I know we tend to say that about all the shows, and I think that's true. But tonight, there really were some kind of moments that were standouts. I think I see the bottom now. There we go. We're moving out. Made it down. We're all good. Okay. So one of the thoughts I had, and I'm going to keep my eyes open here while I talk, and I'm sorry I won't see your comments. We will make sure that we get to some of your questions yet, okay? We're just being herded around, and I got to keep an eye on that. Okay. The first thing that stood out in my mind happened pretty early in the show. I'm not going to remember everything that stood out in my mind. There's just a couple things that come to the top of it. Bono told a joke, and for some reason, he was bothered by the joke that he told because it was right before Iris. And he dropped a big F-bomb real early in the show. And I was sitting close enough. We were just up from backstage there. It's a wide angle that I usually show, so it makes it look like we're a little further than we actually are. But he apologized to Iris multiple times, and he said, "I'm sorry, Iris. I shouldn't have used the F word." And I've never even heard him come close to having that kind of attitude about language. At best, I've heard him say, and this is appropriate, he said, "I have to remember I'm in America and I can't use I can't use the F word. So it gives me an indication of the reverence and respect he still has for his mom, who was always taking him to Protestant church, Church of Ireland, and Catholic dad, Bob, who would wait outside and then he would go to Mass on his own. And I just think there's some pretty deep roots still in the family, and a lot of love and a lot of respect for his departed mother and his father too. So it really made Iris stand out tonight. It wasn't just a standard tune that they played. It kind of came alive because of the intimacy of it. I mean, a lot of times he usually talks to his mom, and he says, Iris, Iris. But tonight it was much more personal and intimate than that. It was an apology. It was saying sorry, and it changed the nature of the song. It was just gorgeous. So that was one of the things that I noticed. I'm going to keep my eyes open here for anybody from @u2.com. I'm just going to park it here while everybody's walking by. So it was a beautiful song. It was always a beautiful song, but tonight I thought it really had a nice kind of personal touch to it. The joke, I have no idea what the joke was. I never pay attention to his jokes. They're always stupid. So you don't have to go check online or something. Another moment that was really great is when they got to the E stage. Right before that, of course, Mark Baker got up, and Mark and I had such a nice time last night at the party, which I'm still just in awe about. And just as we were walking out there, people were asking me about the party again. And I'm not going to get into that right now. We're going to do a little @U2 chat. I'm just afraid it might take a while before we all get together. So I won't get into that. I'll just say, in case you didn't see it or haven't heard yet, we threw this little party with a couple 300 people there to celebrate the anniversary of @U2. This site that I volunteer with, we're all volunteers. And half of U2 showed up and actually played for us. And I was one of the event planners. Not as much as Sherry and Matt, of course, but I helped with some of the details. We had no clue they were coming. Not even when they were in the building did we know that they were there. So that was pretty fun. So I'm still kind of living in that. But Mark Baker was there, U2 brother, and we had a great time. And he made it up on stage tonight as Mirabelle Man, and Bono remembered his band Acrobat played, and he wasn't in costume then, was he? Yeah, I guess he was. Of course he was. And that was in Toronto. Was it Toronto or Montreal? I think it was Toronto. Where they played. So then the firefighters from the 44th were right up at the E stage, right? And so he introduced them, and he introduced the nurse that helped him when he had the crash, the bike crash, 6 months ago or whatever, maybe 9 months now, I guess, 8 or 9 months. And so what the deal was, because it was probably really hard to figure out on Periscope, and I saw that there was some confusion there. I did watch a few comments right then. So here's what happened. I mean, it's always kind of hard. I've never seen him give mics to fans, and I'm sure it was pre-planned. They probably even had to write out maybe what they were saying and submit it to management or something. But I'm sure that they came prepared to make statements. And so they were all thanking. There were 2 firemen who thanked Bono, and they invited him to dinner. They said, Bono, you got to come to dinner. You got to be with us, kind of thing. And then he introduced the nurse that helped him, and he's mentioned her several times. Like in L.A., he mentioned her. So I think he got the notion that she was from L.A., and then he said something maybe about her being from New York, anyway, she corrected him and said, Bono, I just got to tell you, I'm from D.C. I'm pretty sure she said D.C. And at that point, people kind of start booing. So I guess New York doesn't like D.C. And then she says, she talks a little bit more, and then she says, I'm actually from Virginia, which, if you know, D.C., has a couple sides to it. Virginia is one of those. And when she said Virginia, everybody around me came unglued. I've never seen anything like it. They started booing so loud. She didn't say anything offensive. She didn't say anything wrong. She just said, I'm from Virginia. And the place came unglued. And she got a little feisty then, and she said, now, wait a minute. Let me, basically she was saying, let me say my thanks, to Bono for all that he's doing. And then I think she had some spirit in her, and she said something about, you all got to understand that I was there and I saved Bono. And that didn't go over well. And they started booing louder. And she said, then she recounted the story, which Bono had told many times before. The story is when Bono came off his bike and he had a bone sticking out of his arm, a compound fracture and all, he tried to get up. And this is the gal that he talks about when he says, she told me, Bono, you sit back down on your butt. And so she said that tonight. And I think what people thought she was doing is dissing Bono tonight at the concert. So it was kind of a big mess. I think she was fine. She didn't do anything wrong. She's a bit of a hero. Her and the firemen, they were loving the limelight. They had the microphone. I'm glad for them. I appreciate them. It may speak more to the dangers of giving somebody a microphone, than anything they did wrong. Whether she knew she was, I don't know how calculated that was, that she knew she would get that reaction when she said Virginia. I don't know. She's just a poor lady who found Bono and called 911. That's what it was. So, wow, a lot of drama. I just thought it was pretty unnecessary. Anyway, so that was a moment, and I was glad they were there. It went fine. But my sense of the people around me is, they're kind of hecklers. They're used to sports events. I'm not a big sports guy. Thanks. Yeah. I'm not a big sports guy, but I'm guessing Madison Square Garden gets pretty rowdy. So some of you who are, follow the teams, you could probably say more about that. Hey, who's here? We're on Periscope. Oh, they're going to kick us out. Who do we have? What are your names?
Marilyn, Mom of 7 on the thing.
Yeah, cool. Crystal Ballroom.
I met you really quickly in one of the cities. I don't remember.
We did, I'm sure.
JABW10. She's Jab.
JB?
Jab W10.
Jab, okay.
Jen, who's in charge of the set list when we're not here.
Colorado girl. Start making your way to
Yeah, cool. Colorado girl.
And Bella Sama.
Yeah, hi.
We've
So
met
here we
before
are.
at the conference.
We have met at the conference.
We've met many times.
Were some of you at Vancouver too?
Yes.
Yes.
I love that you remember
What's your question?
when you guys were periscoping last night
Yeah.
after the show.
Yeah.
Were you guys drunk?
No.
Drunk on what happened.
We were giddy.
Drunk on happiness.
That's a great question. I don't know if you heard that question. They were asking, they saw the Periscope last night of me and Matt explaining what happened and how Edge and Adam came to be there.
That was wild.
And the question was, were you guys drunk? I actually hadn't had...
Not alcohol, though, right?
I hadn't had any alcohol, actually. I had a few
joy.
sips of cider because I kind of wanted, I'm not a big drinker, but I wanted to keep a clear
It was
head.
so hot in there.
It was so hot. I kept drinking water.
Before they came, right?
So no, we were trying to figure out what was going on. We actually try to do this. We actually didn't know. We didn't know what was going on. We did not know that Edge and Adam were in the building.
Oh my God.
We did not know. We knew Dallas was there, but he was a decoy. They're tired of hearing the story now. But he was a decoy to set us off track.
That was awesome.
And while we were there, right where you're standing, I was watching the stage while Dallas took the stage, and Adam and Edge walked behind me that close.
You didn't feel the electricity suddenly
One of our staff, Tasula, I don't know if Tasula is watching, Tasula was right behind me, so Adam and Edge had to walk between me and Tasula. And she wasn't really paying attention, and she says, "Oh my goodness, was that Edge that just walked by?" And he turned around and he goes, "Yep." and then yes, he said, "Yep," and right behind me. And then Adam says, she says, and she's just kind of stunned because Edge just walked by and nobody was expecting him. And then Adam walks by and she went, "And Adam Clayton?" And he turns around and he goes, I don't know how they heard her because it was so noisy, but we were upstairs.
They're used to all that noise, I guess.
And they were used to that noise.
Yeah.
So
You guys were drunk with happiness.
we were giddy, that's for sure. Did it look like it?
We thought you might have been a little. It's like you guys had,
No.
you had to get a drink or something.
Matt and I met for about 5 minutes before that Periscope, and we tried to figure out what happened. And then we came on and we said, well, we tried to decide, do we tell everybody or not? We said, yeah, what the heck? They had their video guys here. They were going to post it on, we didn't know they were going to post it on
Rolling
YouTube.com.
Stone, but I haven't had a chance to look. Rolling Stone has it. Got it.
So is the Andy Green article out at Rolling Stone.
What is that?
Andy Green is one of the, Andy, if you're listening, thank you.
Hi, Andy.
Andy was probably here tonight. They called out one of the cool moments was when they called out Jan Werner,
Right, I heard
who
that.
is the editor
Yes.
of Rolling Stone, and Jan has done some really wonderful interviews with the band, with Bono. And from about 6 years ago, no, was it the Vertigo era? Yeah, he really did a fantastic long interview. So Andy Green, who loves you too. All right, we're going. Andy Green, who loves you too, and writes so well for Rolling Stone. Andy Green. Andy Green called, like this is big time, this is Rolling Stone, called Matt this morning and did an interview with us.
Wow, that's awesome.
And so we haven't been able to check. I don't know if Matt knows or not, but you said you saw something on Rolling Stone.
I came across on Twitter and I pressed it.
Was it our Twitter or was it Rolling Stone's?
I don't know.
Yeah, so that's a good
Definitely
question.
Rolling Stone. We haven't had a lot of sleep.
Yeah, so anyway.
Nobody's
Were you all at the party last night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wasn't that great?
Yeah, we were just in disbelief.
So what was I was Periscoping it, and people on Periscope were asking, they were saying things like, wow, those guys are good. In fact, that really looks like Adam and Edge. And several people were saying that, and I shouted into the microphone, it's really Adam and Edge. And then all of a sudden the chat window just blew up.
Right.
All right, so did anybody look that up yet as our... is that feature piece in Rolling Stone? Is it out there yet? I want to see. They'll know. They always look up the stuff that I have questions about.
Who is they? Somebody who's doing this relay?
What's that?
You said they. Who's looking it up? Chat?
170 people in the chat
170
room,
people. Wow.
and probably at least that many online on the web right now, but I can't see that count. So,
So I saw that you were periscoping
I was. Oh yeah, I was out in the rain today. Were you out in the rain? Yeah.
What were you doing?
I was running around. We came here and we got some merchandise, and we were having a few of us were having lunch together. And what you guys go sightseeing? Well, when I got caught in the rain, I was stuck under an awning, and I just said, "Okay, let's show everybody." So, anyway, sorry, we're babbling again. We got some Crystal Ballroom people here, and wonderful talking to you all. Are you here tomorrow night?
Yeah, of course. I'm missing.
I'll be in GA tomorrow.
See, GA is killing me because when you're
You
in
can't
the
get
crowd,
it,
you
yeah.
can't get into it.
You can't.
You're into it, but you want people around you and they're not into it.
So they're already going to ask, am I going to Periscope tomorrow? I'm not. I'm going to enjoy GA. Yeah, be in the moment.
You haven't done many GAs. I remember when you
I
took
have.
your
I've done all
Savannah thing.
Well, okay. The only I've done all GAs except in Boston. We were way up high, right in the center of the screen, and it was gorgeous. We loved it. And tonight was great. I was behind the stage. Where were you guys, in seats?
We were A stage 206, row too, and it was
Oh,
really nice
nice.
because I actually like seeing that end
Yeah.
screen
It
because
is.
it's always a close up of somebody
It is.
who's featured,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
they're doing in the song. I really
Nice.
like it. So no bad thing.
I'm gonna mosey.
Thank you, Tim.
You guys going out
Awesome.
this way? All right.
Sure.
Well, maybe we'll see you tomorrow night then.
Yes.
I'll be down in GA.
Yeah, lots of fun.
Wearing the same shirt again that I'll need to wash tonight
There you
again.
go. Or light color.
So. Okay. So all kinds of fun, and people are saying goodbye. All right. Now this is an interesting crew. I have no idea what they're doing. They're all teenage gals wearing identical outfits, and it's something about Mexico. Are you interested in that? I don't know. So this, we're kind of on the edge of Times Square out here, I guess. Broadway's just over, and Fifth Avenue is over. I got to find out who these girls are. Who are you gals? Like, are you guys from Mexico?
Yeah.
I have a lot of people from Mexico actually watching. I Periscope after the concert.
Really?
Yeah. And so who's from Mexico? We got anybody from Mexico right now? These girls are. Why the shirts? I mean, what do you just come together? You just came to New York together. All right. So I'm trying to see if anybody is actually here from Mexico. All right, everybody say hi. Everybody's saying hola. Okay, bueno. All right, take care. Good night. All right, we got street drummers out here. Oh, man, what a great city. But you know what? I walk outside, and I instantly start sweating again. I have no idea where I'm going. I always get so turned around in this place. Okay, you know what I got to do is I got to find my crew, and I'm going to have to sign off. A couple other things you can remind me to talk about. One is, I forgot. You know I always do this, I forget. So, Paul Simon, of course. That was fantastic. Jan Warner. He was name checking. Oh, he talked about the John Lennon deal that he went to, and Yoko Ono was there today, out at the Statue of Liberty. I mean, yesterday, sorry. How cool is that? Here's what I got to do. I'm going to, this might dump you off, but I'm gonna just swipe up the screen. It might keep you online, but I've got to. Oh, there it is. That's the other moment, of course. Lou Reed, "Satellite of Love," and I don't know if you're catching that. That was probably one of the most gorgeous moments of the concert because they put a lot of work into syncing actual Lou Reed footage of him singing "Satellite of Love," which, if you know that song, they've recorded multiple times. They've kind of had a love affair with that song, and it was heavily, prominently featured in $1 Million Hotel, which members of U2 and a few others, like, let's see, here I go. Blanking on names again. You know the names. Not Lily White. I think he might have helped produce. No, he didn't on that one. But anyway, $1 Million Hotel, which Bono helped co-write with Wim Wenders. And it's a brilliant movie. It was way underrated, way underappreciated. A little overdramatic, but a brilliant movie. Mel Gibson's in that one. So that's "Satellite of Love." Gorgeous song. Hang on, I'm going to see if I can turn my tweets back on to find out where my gang is and not lose you, but I think I'm going to lose you. Yeah, I don't think I can do it. All right, I'll say goodnight now. If you're not already following at U2, we'll probably come on with another Periscope, or they might be trying to do that right now. Or I might be on again later, walking through New York at 3 a.m. looking for a sandwich. Bueno. Hasta la vista. Dios la bendiga. God bless. Good night. This may stay on, actually. Bye-bye. Oh, you know what? I got to do it proper so it'll save so people don't watch the replay. Good night, all.